In Genesis Battle of Champions, you are a champion, a hero who is adept in powerful magic and physical combat. Other champions will challenge you to battle. To take them down, you will have to traverse the arena, use powerful spells and techniques, and summon powerful allies. Whoever takes down their opponent's health to 0 first, or is able to keep their deck from reaching 0 cards, is the victor. So back in 2019, I was running a bunch of Bakugan events at my local LGS. And during that time, Genesis was also running their LGS thing where they were doing demos and giving away free decks. And I was enticed by the free decks and I really wanted to go. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to because I had just done a Bakugan event and I was too tired to attend. And since then, I've been kind of keeping my eye on Genesis, looking at the new sets that would come out and being like, okay, maybe one day I'll get it. It was just that I was too busy. Now, fast forward to 2020, and I decide to get into a bunch of different trading card games all at the same time because in 2020, for some reason, a bunch of trading card games are doing their own thing, like Digimon and whatnot. So I decided to make a documentary series where my brother and I try out different trading card games, especially since I've been wanting to get my brother into a similar hobby that I'm into. So finding a trading card game that we both like would be cool. During this time when I was hoarding a bunch of different trading card games, Genesis was on the list of eventualities. However, I got contacted by the people at Haunted Castle Games and they asked if I wanted to check out their game. And so that led to one thing, and now I'm here making a documentary about trying out Genesis for the first time. And that's pretty much how I knew about Genesis.
When I first heard about Genesis, I thought it was the band from the 70s. Then I thought it was the Sega system, Genesis it is. But then my brother told me it's a card game. And that these developers messaged him, and I was like, okay, I'm willing to try it out because, if people are gracious enough to send us free stuff, the least we could do is at least try it out.
All right, so first things first, Zeonic Blader Jr. is going to choose...
Uh-oh.
the light is thunder. We're off to a great start. He's going to choose his starter deck. We have 2 of them. Gray Wolf and what did it say? Lion.
Roger C. Lion.
Roger C. Lion.
All
right.
What I'm going to choose.
Which one are you going to pick?
Since your middle name is Lion, I have to choose the Gray Wolf.
The Gray Wolf? The Pupperino Wolf.
I'm a wolf.
You're furry.
Hey, no. Furries are wolves? I thought they were ponies.
I don't know. Alright, open it. Let's see what the cards look like. So how do you feel about the idea of a tactical TCG?
Well, I like it because recently I've been getting into a lot of RPGs, strategy RPGs and MMOs and stuff. And this seems like it's right up my alley. Because I would get interested in the other card games that you get into, but they're too anime and Japanese style based, which I don't really like. But this seems like American RPG type of European style. So
Gray Wolf. Well, I mean, I think the artist lives in our city.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
Rampage Sauce. Ahmate. Inferno Ghoul. Jilarian Hound. Inferno Ghoul. Okay, Death Eater. Oh, nice. Great.
Show us the cards that interest you from the looks of it.
Inferno Pits. Ooh, that looks like a death metal album.
This.
Yeah, I can't even. We're gonna have to email them and ask pronunciations. Rampage Toss. He's throwing him by his ankle. Get out of here. Jilarian Hound. Ooh, hey, man, baby, myth. Jilarian. Puhui. Okay, a lot of doubles. Inferno Ghoul, Shadow Claw, Leap, Death Eater, Leap, Inferno Pits, Rampage South. There's a lot of. I wonder how the rules are for this game. Maybe it's a couple champions and a few moves. Ooh, what are these? Stack token card. This card is a stack token card. It can be used to present an ability that is on the stack. For more information, okay. Patreon.
Patreon cards.
Oh, this is just the. Oh, are these the champions? Malik and Malik. What are the two different of Maliks?
I don't know. Do they have like different effects?
Swift basic attack 2, exert, till deal 2 damage, deal 2 damage, you deal heavy 4. No, they're the same.
Maybe it's just whatever art you like more. You get to pick.
I like this. It looks like a Wolverine. That's pretty
Wolverine.
cool.
Yeah. So, you just look through the Grey Wolf starter deck. What do you think about it?
Super impressed. Looks really cool. Looks like something I can really get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the art style.
And you're not just saying that?
No, I'm genuinely being serious because it's a fresh breath of fresh air, right? Because everyone wants to be the next anime god. When they're like, hey man, we like some fantasy stuff. We like RPGs, so and I like RPGs, so this seems really good.
The starter deck that I'm going to open is Rajasi Lion. And that's cool because it has a lion on it. Lions are cool. And I got the Rajasi Lion. Now let's see. I think first of all, the cardstock is solid. I played Bakugan. Their cardstock was kind of cheaping out. So Rajasi Lion, Walls of Vadis, Quick Shot, Another Walls, Smoke Bomb, Fairy Cup. I got all the cute guys. What did you get? You didn't get any. You got all the Doggerinos, and I got the Caterinos. Gust, Thundershock. Is that a Skellington?
Thunderstruck.
Blackstone Golem. It's a cool guy. Androthera. Galarian Hound. You got this guy too, right?
Yeah.
Gust. Smoke Bomb. Blackstone Golem. Androthria. Galarian Hound. Rajasi Lion. Walls of Vadis. Androthria. Quick Shot. So you get same card. Fear Cub. So you're giving us a lot of copies of the same card, so that's good. Let's see. Smoke Bomb, Galarian Hound, Blackstone Golem, Androthria, Fear, Cub, Gust, and here's my champion. Yeah. Oh no, this is token. Stack token. Patreon. Leave your... Raha. That's my character. Raha. Hey, didn't we get the... Let me get a... Yeah, we did. We got a holographic one as well for Raha. So that's cool. Holographic versions. And then Odara. So we have like three champions to choose from. That's pretty cool. I want like a cool paladin looking character. I wonder if they have that, like any knights or something. Cool paladins and whatnot. But yeah, I think the card art is pretty cool. It'll be interesting to actually play them. I really like the lions and the cats. Those are cool. So the first impressions of Genesis was the art was actually really cool. Now, my brother and I, we have been playing a lot of Japanese trading card games, and since they are Japanese, they have the anime Japanese style look to it. And I know Magic the Gathering exists, but I never really got into Magic the Gathering. However, with Genesis, it's a Canadian-owned company. Haunted Castle Games are a Canadian-owned company. And because Genesis has that more Western influence, and because the CEO is someone of color, you know, the game has a very diverse kind of style, and it has this really cool medieval kind of art style, this very dark kind of thing, and that really gravitated myself towards the trading card game. And so when we were opening the packs, even though I did not know anything about the game, I really liked it just because the art was really cool.
So my first initial impressions with Genesis, the card game, was I really liked its art style. Although I'm not too familiar with trading card games, I like the style that it's not too, you know, like like Japanese anime where everything's a little cutesy and cutesy. You know, it's more of a serious, like, ugh, it's a rough and tough big boy trading card game, which I really appreciated because a lot of those like cutesy Japanese kawaii style anime, you know, card games really throw me off because I'm like, hey, this is a kid's game, but not Genesis. No, Genesis is a big boy game.
In Genesis Battle of Champions, you choose a champion to represent you. On the top left of a champion, there are 3 stats. The red is the health. Once it goes to 0, it's game over. The blue is aura. Aura is the resource that allows you to perform powerful spells and beckon summons to your side. The green is energy reduction. Techniques cost energy, which discards cards from your deck. Remember, if your deck reaches 0 cards, it's game over. So energy reduction is important to help your champion survive. Beside those stats is the awareness. The arrow represents the champion on the grid, and the red dots represents where the champion can attack. Summons, techniques, and spells have this awareness as well. On the right are the affiliation icons. Cards fall under certain affiliates, and can only be put in decks that have a champion with the same affiliation. In the bottom are the effects and attacks of the card and its trigger timing. The deck can be made up to 50 cards with a maximum of 250 chi. Non-champion cards have a chi cost, so when deck building you must be careful not to go over the limit. Games are played in rounds with each champion and summon having their own turn. Once each turn is done, a new round begins. At the beginning of the round, each player draws a card, and then they decide if they want to move their unit on the grid. You can move once and rotate. You can also move twice, but that will exert the unit, causing the turn to end. During your turn, you can play as many cards as you want if you are able. Any summons that are beckoned are exerted and won't be able to do anything until the next round. Rounds are repeated until there is a winner. You can win by making your opponent's champion's health to 0 or decking them out, in which they no longer have any cards in their deck. There is more to this game, but this is just a quick overview so that you know what happens during the battle. Alright, so we finished our first couple practice games. The first game we realized that we were using the wrong energy. I realized I was using the wrong energy, so we restarted the game. And this one I won. I still have 14 health. What do you think? So my style of play was I was just hiding behind the walls of Vadis, and then using my extended reach to attack the Malik, and I was able to win. But it took a very long time. What did you think about?
Yeah, I think that was my downfall. Was that you have extended reaches, so whenever I try to get into you, you'd attack me or kill me in some way. So I was very cautious of that. I like your strategy of being a little baby and hiding away in front of your guys, so that you have to deal with your. You lost many soldiers that day. I only lost a couple. So
yeah,
you're a heartless man, Al.
Yeah, they were protecting the queen.
Was it worth it? The queen survived, but you killed like 10 of your guys.
Yeah, Malik was dead.
Malik retreated. He didn't die. He retreated.
Oh yeah, because the game was. How long did this match go on for?
An hour.
For one game?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? One game can take an hour.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Like that. I like the RPG elements in it, so it's pretty good.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about playing this game, at least from this test match?
I liked everything, to be honest. I like the gameplay. I like the way you can summon guys, use your energies and all that stuff, and you have choices on whether you can use your, what are they called, energy?
Yeah, energy.
Energies, or I can take cards out of my deck, which I realized was my downfall because I used so much of those cards from your deck that I only had 3 left. So even if I tried to stalemate it, I would have lost anyways because I only had 3 cards left. So it's really cool.
For my game, I kept on drawing into my guys that used my aura. So because of that, I have so much in my deck left, but also because of that, I ran out of aura really quickly. And so for a long time, it was just like 2 guys walking back and forth.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so I feel Do you feel like the match went a bit too long, or maybe it's just because of the play style of the champion? If I have a different champion, the
I
match would be a
guess so.
little closer. And I also think you need to be more aggressive with your character. You can do like 4 damage and sacrifice 2 health. You can just ram through everything and go to my guy.
That's true, but I don't know. I feel like attacking the walls are useless unless I leaped over them. But
Yeah, luckily these walls were safety, great safety for me. And it's the same guy. I mean, same person. I think that. Yeah, perfect.
Spider-Man time.
Yeah. Are any last words about this practice match?
It's really good.
Are
It's a
you
lot better than other. So far, it's the best trading card game that we've played so far.
really even better than Digimon?
I don't want
What?
to. A lot better.
A lot better than
Leagues.
League's better than Digimon?
Leagues better than Digimon.
Wow. Wow.
Leagues.
That's cool. That's very
Is that controversial?
no, very nice of you.
Well, not nice to Digimon.
I haven't played enough to determine if this is like the best one, but I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's a bit long, but
It's
if you
all
have,
Magic, right? And it takes
don't know.
inspiration from Magic, right?
no, I haven't
It's in
played
the
Magic.
video, right? I don't know. I've never played Magic, but it said.
Yeah, but anyways, we'll practice a bit more, then we'll have our first ever our actual battle champions.
So now that I've learned the rules and actually gotten around how to actually play the game, I really enjoy it. I like the gameplay. I can't really do anything about my opponent. I don't really like playing against him, but besides that, it's a really good. I can really tell because he's the one who set it up for me and knows my deck in and out. That's a big problem. But if I was fighting, or if I was fighting someone who wasn't too keen on every deck, then I would have a really good time.
So now that I have practiced a bit against my brother playing the game, I think the overall gameplay is really fun. I really like the whole tactical part of being able to move your characters on the field. I wish it was easier to track things. You have to track your health. You have to track how much aura you have. You have to track if your guy is exerted or not. And if it wasn't for the app, it's actually kind of annoying to track everything, especially since we didn't get any indicators on, oh, this is how much aura I have on hand. So if I'm not using the app, then it's kind of annoying. So the first couple times when we were playing the game, we didn't use the app at all, and it was kind of annoying, but we still had fun because the overall premise is fun. But now that we do have the app, it's really good. So if the app is advertised more, then it'll be a lot more accessible.
The champion I use is Malik. I don't know. I really like him. I like that he has such high health. I don't like that his attacks are very short, but I guess that's you gotta give and take. You can't have super buffed opponent. Overall, I really like him. I wish I had more ranged attacks, but besides that, I like it. I like the art style, I like the way he looks. I like there's like a beefy orc style type Malik, and there's like a little elvish type Malik. You can pick and choose however you want to, and yeah.
We had to choose between Malik, and Raha. So I didn't know I chose Raha because I chose on the front character that was in the deck, and that was like some kind of cool lion kind of dude. So I picked that character, and I got Raha. And Raha is all about ranged attack, and she doesn't really have that much health, at least compared to Malik. So the whole play style that Raha is kind of built towards is, kind of staying back and attacking your opponent. And that's not really my kind of thing. I kind of like, really, going at the opponent hand to hand rather than using the arrows and stuff. So it makes for very, very long games. Like games that go up to like an hour long. That's probably just says a lot about what our levels are equally. But best out of 3, that's a pretty long time. So a lot of time has to be dedicated towards playing the game, and I feel like 30 minutes is a good maximum. But I think it may be because we're brand new to the game, but like an hour is a very long time, especially for a trading card game. So hopefully, maybe it's just because those specific games are really close and everything, but the games are very long. So hopefully, more experience or playing with a different hero character will let us have more, fast-paced matches.
My plan for the real battle is if my opponent wants to be another coward like he's always been, I'll just let him do it and stick back.
So the best course of action for Raha is to stay back and chip away at the damage until the enemy goes down. Now, it'll be big trouble if Malik just rushes at me and I don't have the cards to be able to defend myself or build up any walls. So if Malik goes at me and rushes at me, I'm pretty much done for because I only have 22 health and Malik has over 10 health more than me, I believe. So I wouldn't be able to play the stamina game. I'd have to play the runaway kind of game. And unfortunately, we both don't like that kind of style. So it's pretty difficult, but I'm going to have to swallow my pride and try to get that W.
We played a couple practice games. As I said, my opponent was a slimy snake coward. So he always hide behind at least four walls of Jericho, whatever called, walls of something. So forcing me to come at him, and then because he has ranged attacks, he can be a little tiny coward, go behind me, and then shoot me with arrows till I'm dead. Which doesn't really help me because I'm a brute, and if I wanted to waste 8, I think it's 8 health or something, just to chip down the walls, then I'd be shot down. So, I like the gameplay. I really like how it's like a real RPG video game, how you have directional paths on where you can attack. And I'm hoping for the future, maybe when my opponent has a different deck, I can play him better.
All right, so we have, the whole everything set up and we're about to record, and I just realized. So we're using the phones as the face cams, and we just realized the game we use the app to track all the aura and whatever. And so it's kind of annoying now. It just put a wrench in all things. Now we gotta get some notepad and paper and do that. And what do you have to say about that, huh?
The game, I don't want to harp on the game is really good. But when you can't use a trading card game, all you want is to use the trading cards, play in a game. Like, let's say if I wanted to play with my friend at the park on a bench, I can play Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friend on the bench. I can play Pokemon because I have these counters, but this game doesn't come with counters. You're so reliant on your phone. Then what's the point of having the game if I need my phone just to play the game? That's kind of silly.
Yeah, I think they do have counters, but I wasn't sent any. So yeah, I guess we have to use pen and paper, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's any situations nowadays where you're not going to be able to use your phone to play the game, but in this certain situation, it's kind of annoying because I got everything all set up and I gotta get that, and then you have to worry about that during the game while recording as well. So let's get to the game, I guess. All right, so we got our notebook now. So now it's time to actually play the game. So to count which things are exerted, we're going to be using dice to determine that, and we're also going to be rolling to see who goes first. So highest number goes first. Okay.
I go first?
Perfect. You go first. All right. So we're gonna draw 5 cards to start the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then at the beginning of each round, we draw a card.
So first, I'm gonna move up, and then for what is this? For 20 aura, I will summon Ahmed, the Behemoth. That's my turn.
All right. So my turn. I'm gonna move to the side, and then I will beckon my Androthria. It costs 7 aura. I'll also beckon Rajasi Lion. It costs 15, and that will be my round. All right, so now it's a new round, and we draw for the beginning of the round. And my opponent here always goes first.
Okay. I can move whatever I want.
Yeah, you can move wherever you want.
So, I need a little recap lesson. if I move twice, can I still like?
You can do anything that if you move twice, it will end your turn. But you can use anything that's a swift.
No, so I can't use a technique card.
If it's a swift, if it has a swift effect, you can do it. But if not,
No, it's an action.
It's an action. All right, and no. If it has the swift, then you could. And now, while we're waiting, also because this wasn't explained in the rules, because I wrote the script for the rules, swift. If your guy or gal is unexerted and your opponent attacks you, if you have a swift timing attack and your opponent is within your awareness, you can attack, and that attack will go first. So it really helps. It's really good if you're defending. So it's a really great thing. You're able to, kind of position your characters so you can protect them, but also deal with damage as well.
Okay, so I will move it up, and then I will summon my Galarian Hound for 9.
Alright, so I'm going to move Raha up first, and I will...
I'm going to play a border. Go ahead, do it. You wuss.
play Walls of Vadis, and that is 8. I will also use Raha's range attack. Can I don't know if I can attack Summoning Sickness guys. I don't think so.
He's looking at me as if I know.
Yeah, so I won't be able to attack actually. So, yeah, that's the end of this person's turn, so I will exert it. Now, you can go. Alright.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, it's an
only turn.
Okay.
Okay, now, Adrothria, he will... How much health does this guy have?
5, and every... What's it called? Is this a holy? What is this holy, right?
I don't know.
Well, okay, we'll just say it is holy. Your attack is subtracted by 1.
Okay. I will move Androthria up and then get first blood and I attack for 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yep. So you're at 28.
Oof.
Wait, I'll move this guy up twice. And then that will be his turn. And now everyone is exerted, so a new round begins. Right, and we draw for the round.
I will move up my Galarian Hound and attack you for 3.
Who are you attacking?
Your Raha.
My Raha? How much health does he have?
3.
3. You're gonna attack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Swift. So I'm going to use 2 with my main attack, but also I'm going to use Quick Shot. Quick Shot does 1 damage. So that's, and because it costs 4 energy, I discard 3 cards. Because I have 1 energy reduction. And now because of that, 2 plus 3, because of the stack, my attacks go first, so your Galarian dog will be...
Does my hit still go through?
No, because you're dead.
Make sure to distract the... Or...
She is exerted, so she cannot do anything for this round.
She can still be attacked though, right?
Yeah, she can still be attacked.
Okay.
But because now that she's exerted, I won't be able to do any summons or anything.
Okay.
I will move my 1, 2, and I will turn, and I'll use my attack. Holy attack. I deal 3 damage to a target in my awareness. So I'll do 3 damage to Malik. And because I'm not in Malik's awareness, he's not able to do a counter.
Okay.
So my attack will go through for 3 damage, so making you at 25.
So I will... Can I turn? It's like...
Yeah, you can turn.
I will play for 3 cards. I will leap over your little puppy or your little cat.
Now, how much energy does it cost?
3.
And how much reduction do you have?
1.
So you only lose 1 card. I mean 2 cards. Sorry.
Okay, let's put that in the bottom of my deck.
Yeah.
So I jump over you.
So I rotate and you can move. So
Okay, so then I attack for 2, I guess.
for 2. All right. So my Regessi Lion is at
1.
1 health. Ouchies. All right, my turn. I shall move my boy over 1, 2.
Okay, so 1, 2, and I swift attack you for 5.
Ooh, it's 5 damage.
Yeah.
What the heck? That's massive.
I think it costs 20 aura.
Ouch, that hurts bad. Hurts really bad.
Oh yeah, I'm
All
sorry.
right, exerted now. Everyone's exerted, so it's a new round. And I draw.
I will attack you again. I have a bait for 5 again.
5.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything I can really do it. Ouch. He's going really aggressive. I'm at only 12 health left.
How much do I have?
25. He's more than double me right now. I'm gonna get wrecked. Alright, so my turn.
Not with that spirit.
How much health does your guy have?
5.
5. I'm gonna have to deal with him quick. I'm gonna move my Androthria and hit you for 2, so you're at 3 now.
3, okay.
And he is exerted, so now your turn.
Okay. Do I have a... I do have a swift. Okay, so I will go 1, 2, swift attack for... What's that? Basic attack 2.
2 damage. Shoot. Ugh.
What do they say? No carnivals, no games. No games, no carnivals. There you go. Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
Exactly.
I'm in trouble now. Alright, so gonna move 1, 2, rotate, and I'll attack with 3. 3 holy damage. So you're at 22.
Okay, it was a bad idea, but okay, sure.
Me.
Bud.
And now gonna have to run away from you. Because I can't last another turn. 1. Let's look at this. So 1, 2, and I rotate.
Can I, so let's say I'm here right now, right?
Yeah?
What's stopping me from going bang bang? Nothing, right?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so a new round because everyone's exerted. Ugh. Now I'm in trouble.
Okay.
Ready? Yep.
So now I go boom, Shazam, and attack you for 5.
No!
No, I am. This makes it.
I'm at 5 health right now. I'm getting destroyed. What can I even do? Going to rotate and play Thunderstruck. So this guy has a lot of awareness, so everything over here I can target. And it does 5 damage to all your guys. So this guy is dead.
5 in total or 5 all? So
All
5
of
and
them.
5.
Yeah, everyone takes 5 damage. But because of that, I'm also exerted. Alright, your turn.
Damn, you're really screwed, huh? Oh, wait. If I move 2,
Yeah.
I can do a swift, but I can't do a thing, right?
Oh, what?
I can't do a technique, right?
If it has a swift. If it hits swift?
Can I do multiple swifts?
I think so, yeah.
1, 2. Rampage toss.
What's that do?
It is 2 damage, and I have to sacrifice 3 cards.
And yeah, it's a swift too.
And I won't move you because I want you where I am, where you are.
Do you have to, or does it say may? Deal.
Yeah, then you may place it.
Okay.
And then, bring. So 2, 2, 4.
Alright, some 1.
And then I pull back my knives and I swipe you in the throat to end the game.
I'm dead. GG, Mason. GG.
Wait. There you go. There you go. That's how you play.
And that match only took like 20 minutes.
How many walls did you have?
Just one. Yeah.
The cards were my favorites.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because usually in our practice game, I have like 3 out by the time.
That's an understatement. Last time I had 4.
4?
You had 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I had to come around.
Yeah, I couldn't handle your aggressiveness. 5 damage? I'm like, geez.
You did this out. Usually I'm the one who stays back and snipes, but you've brought the beast out of me.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sniping because you have a. I even said during our pre-game interview, if you you know.
Well, I like more tactical gameplay, right?
Yeah, if you went at me, can't really deal with that. I have to run away.
Yeah. And you were too busy with my pawns to realize they were just pawns.
Yeah, that pawn freaking does 5 damage. I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to?
Yeah, because I was watching what's it called? I was watching X-Men: The Last Stand, and the main guy was about to go in, and then Magneto's like, no, let the pawns go first. So that's what I did. I let the pawns go first and killed you.
All right, so in that game, I got my butt handed to me. Exactly what I said last night about how I can lose. My brother went aggressive, and I wasn't able to retreat back in time. And also this time around, I was kind of conservative with how much aura I was spending. I think that's because I didn't have as many walls of Valdis up. And usually, at the time where the game ended, I usually have like a bunch of protection set up. So I think that's the reason why I was so conservative with the energy.
Thankfully, nothing went wrong, actually. The game we just had, I completely mauled and obliterated Zeonic Blader. I had my way with him, and then I spat on his grave. So I think it went really well with me. Now that I know his future plans, I will keep that in my mental capacity and try to snake my way through that.
For improvements on future games so I don't get destroyed next time, I definitely want to make use more of my aura, especially when I'm not drawing into the walls of Valdis. I think using more of back in a bunch more summons so I can get those guys to protect me, but also to be able to do more damage will help as well. Because the thing is, the thing with Malik is that he has a lot of health, but he doesn't have as much aura as Raha. And Raha definitely doesn't have as much health, but she has a lot more aura. So if I take advantage of having more aura, I can have more summons on the field to really kind of just like go in there and attack my opponent. So that's definitely a playstyle I'm going to try to go for next time. And also in regards just to like maybe put more techniques into my deck. I know that sometimes in games where everything's going fine, I always feel like maybe if I had a bit more skill cards to show up on my plate when I'm out of aura, because Raha is going to go through a lot of aura really fast. So if I had skills to also make up for that when I'm out of aura to defensive stuff and offensive stuff, then that would be really good to help put in some more damage against my opponent.
Before, I was trying to be more tactical with my movements and my plans, but obviously with the deck I've chosen, that's not really the way you're supposed to go. It's more like, if you could relate this to a game, I'm a tank. Tanks don't really stay back and shoot far, even though they can. It's not the most best thing to do, so I chose to just run straight ahead and obliterate him, not giving him the chance. And thankfully, the cards were in my favor this time. He didn't have any walls of Valhalla or Valeria, and I was able to attack him more. I was surprised that he didn't summon a lot more of those Deacon counter moves and more of his Jalarian Hounds or whatever, but that's good for me.
So now that I can call myself a beginner player of Genesis, I really like it. I think it's very enjoyable. I like the whole tactical aspect. I like the art and all that stuff. It's definitely really good.
Genesis is pretty cool. Again, I like the art style. The gameplay is really good. That's what differs it from a lot of other games. Like when I played Digimon, I just didn't like this. Like, you ever seen like two people hitting each other with pool noodles over and over again to see who falls off the log That's basically how other TCGs are. This is more strategic, and it's like taking a video game and making it into an actual trading card game, which I like.
So, what I like the most about this game is the whole tactical aspect. Now, the most competitive game that I was into ever in my entire life, aside from Canadian football and Beyblade, was Bakugan. And Bakugan has a very, if you see it, all those games that I've been interested throughout my life, they're very dynamic. So football, it's a physical sport, so whatever. But Beyblade is also kind of like, you pick your combination and you have this whole kinetic physics kind of clash between the Beyblades. And Bakugan has the whole rolling on the field, aiming to get the specific core you want. So the thing about Genesis, it has that whole tactical thing where you move your characters on the field like a chessboard. And because of that, I think it really plays onto my experience in games in the past. So that's why I really, really like this game. Now, what I dislike about the game, I think it can get kind of annoying having to deal with all the things you have to keep track of. I know there's games you have to deal with, do paper stuff with your health and whatever, but also having to deal with how much aura you have, and also having, making sure you're using tokens to exert everything, and also keeping track of the health of all your beacons as well. It can get kind of a bit too much at times, especially when you're unable to use your phone. Having your phone on hand and using the Genesis app is very, very important, and I think that app is crucial to the enjoyment, like a large enjoyment about the game. I think if you remove that app, then you add in a lot more things you have to keep track of. I remember before we even knew the app existed, we played a couple games without, that app, and you had to use a whole stack of dice to keep track of everything, and it was pretty cumbersome.
What I like is the competitive strategies with fighting each other, the gameplay itself, having those grid marks. I can only attack what's in front of me, but my opponent can attack 2 spaces in front of me, so that makes me have to think what I can do, what I can deke them out, do I have to go out of my shield and stuff. And what I dislike about it the most is its reliance on the app, which is really cumbersome and really annoying, because I've heard it comes with tokens, but like, if you're a new company and you're a new game, people should expect to buy a starter deck and that's it, or a pack, and I don't need to buy extra doodads just to play the game. Because if you don't have the player base who wants to buy it, then they'll never get into it in general if they need to buy all this stuff. It's like how so many people are playing Warzone because it's free, and if they enjoy the content, maybe they'll buy the next Call of Duty. But because you don't have everything placed in one little package that, I have, tokens, I have counters, I have all this stuff within the starter deck, I can see myself buying new decks, buying new this. But if I buy a starter deck and realizing I need to get more stuff for it, then it kind of turns me off. And with the whole app thing, I understand that it is compatible and you do need it. It's just like, it takes a lot of the fun away, because what if I don't have my phone? Or what if my phone's dead? What if I'm hanging out with my friends all day and I'm like, hey, let's play a little quick game of Genesis. I'm like, oh, I can't, my phone's dead. That should not be a reason to why you can't play a game. Oh, my phone's dead because I can't play a trading card game, a physical card game I can't play because my phone is dead. So that's what I dislike the most about it.
I think they do come with counters and stuff, but we just didn't get sent it.
We didn't get sent it? That's not our fault. We were sent a certain amount of things, and judge from the company themselves. That's what they have decided, that's all you need to play. So, if that's what the company thinks that's all we need to play, then, I'm judging it based on that. Is that too rude?
You're cutting them with your tongue.
Oh, jeez. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think right now I want to update my deck, try out different styles for Raha, but I also really wanted to play with different champions. I was looking at what champions they have, and there was ones that I really like, but unfortunately I don't have access to them right now. So those are going to have to be put on hold until I can get a hold of them. So yeah, right now I want to test out more with Raha, see what I can do with her, and then eventually check out different champions, and yeah, and go on from there.
Is this a game I want to continue playing? Yeah. I mean, the core gameplay itself is very addicting and very fun. As again, it reminds me of a cool RPG video game, you know? I would want to continue playing if I have a player source, if I have more friends, if I go to a competition, if there even is a competition for this game, because it is really new. But I'd still continue playing with my brother.
So some concerns that I have about the game. So when I first opened the packs, I noticed there were cards that didn't have effects. Now I was like, what is this, like an art card or something? And when I asked the people what this is, that was actually a full playable card. Now luckily I was able to talk with the CEO of Haunted Castle Games, and I was telling him, you know, my concerns that I have with the game, and he told me that it was more of like an aesthetic thing, because some people you know, play a card for so many times, they play the same card, so they actually know what's going on. So they made a version where it doesn't have the effect, so they can use that card. It's legal, but it doesn't have the effect, so that they can have the whole, you know, full art kind of thing. And now the problem with that is, if you have no idea how to play the game and you come across that, you have no idea what the heck's going on, you know? And sometimes just having that reminder text on hand is really important, especially in a competitive game. If you're facing against someone and there's no effect on the card and they have no idea what that effect is, there's like, unfortunately, there might be a trust issue. It's like, oh, is that really the effect that card says? Search it up on Google, blah, 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 blah. You know, and then all of a sudden you have to search up a bunch of, like a deck full of cards maybe, or like you search up like a half dozen or a dozen cards to get the effects of, and then you might as well just have the actual effect on the card, you know. But the CEO told me that that is going to be changed, and they're actually going to have the effects on all the cards now. So that's really good, and yes, that's really important. Also, another concern that I have is that this game is also a lot more hardcore. And I know when I talked to the CEO, he said, yeah, the audience is mainly, you know, hardcore players. At the same time, you know, if I want to recommend this game to someone, if they don't have any TCG experience and all they're really interested in is the art, and they want to play because of the art, because the art's really good. But if they look at the card, they'll probably get really confused. And what I kind of recommended was something like was kind of like a simplified rule set of the game. You know, it can be similar, but it can be really great for beginners. I know Bakugan has that, where instead of the whole pro TCG, they also just have the, you know, you roll the balls onto the cores and you do math stuff with that. So if they can come up with like a simplified rule set so that people aren't as intimidated, you know, when they just look at the card, and more people will probably get into it. At least a lot more casual people, a lot more people who are, you know, playing their first ever trading card game. They can get into it and they can grow with that game and eventually go on to the more, you know, the real big competitive game of Genesis.
Again, as I said, my biggest concern is its reliance on outside different things I need on the outside to play the core game. Because like, even there's a lot of things that you don't even know. Like, we don't know what that grid on the side of the card means, like a holy thing, a blank thing, because it's not
Well, that's affiliation.
Affiliation, yeah. West Side, I don't know. But affiliation, it should have at least like a little scripture or a little thing indicating what it is. Just because it's an emblem, and because, again, you're a new company, you're a new game, you shouldn't expect everyone to know all the lore and, you know, read all the little details about your game. Someone should be able to, at least, I know, again, it's hardcore, but at least it should have some room for you to scoop it up and enjoy it. Not instead of, because if people are not interested in the lore in the first place, you want them to play the game and then get into the lore. Like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is 3 movies and 3 books, but yet it's so, you know, gripping, and people love it so much that they create their entire, and what's it called, encyclopedia. Same with Star Wars. It just needs that extra little oomph to, you know, make it more accessible. Because this is for a hardcore crowd, but what really, you know, hardcore crowds are into their own thing. obviously they can get into something else, but when someone's a hardcore, let's say, oh, they're into Magic, they're into Pokemon, they're into Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, they might check it out, but their core is Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic. And I don't think that'll ever change, but you know, you make it a little more accessible towards the entire crowd, and then that can bring in some more people.
So would I recommend this to a friend? I already answered that a bit, but yes, I would definitely, tell my friends about this game. It's like, hey, if you liked Bakugan, you'll like this game too, And I think if they're at the level where they can deal with, the tactical and, the different icons and everything, and they don't feel intimidated, it's definitely a game I'd want them to check out.
Would I recommend this to a friend? To be honest, all my friends are potheads that play Apex Legends, Overwatch, and what's it called, Warzone. I wouldn't recommend it to my friends because they're not really into trading card games. But if I knew someone who was into Pokemon, if someone was into Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say, hey man, you should check this out. But I'd have to give them a deck. I can't just recommend, hey, you should try this game. Okay, I'm gonna spend $50 on a set just to play with my friend. I don't know about that.
So, final rating for this game, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Very good.
My final rating, after all I've said, a 6.5, a 6. It's above average. The gameplay is really good. Art style is really good. It's just there's so many different things that make you not really want to get into, or at least try to allow everyone that you like. Like, let's say if I knew a lot of people who are into Yu-Gi-Oh, I could say, hey, you want to play this game? But like, okay, what do I need? Oh, I need a deck. Oh, I need to tell you all this lore. Oh, I need to tell you all of this. They're gonna be like, I think I'll just stick to Yu-Gi-Oh, or I'll just stick to Pokemon. And that's the biggest gripe that's really taking away from being a really big, because it has a lot of potential. So much potential. Art style is really good. Gameplay is really good. Its abilities, because I've never heard of like a card game where, oh, you want to attack me? No, you can't, because I have this card that deflects it, and in fact, I can attack you. That's really interesting. But again, it's just, I can't recommend it. I really like it, but it's like, I'm gonna have to really sit down with someone for half an hour just to explain what it is. And by that time, if someone really doesn't, they can be slightly interested in it, but it's gonna take a lot of time just to recommend it to somebody. 6.5 or a light 7, but I'm staying at 6.5. I have high hopes for them. Keep on going. What's it called? Haunted House Studios? Haunted Castle Games. You have a solid game on your hands. It's just try to make it to where a lot of people can get into it, because you can appease to the hardcore crowd, but again, hardcore crowd is probably just going to stick to what they know best. Coming into this, I didn't have high hopes. I really liked the concept of the game. Don't take what I said really seriously. I'm just speaking very honestly, and don't take it too harshly. This is just because I want this to succeed. This is just tough love. I don't hate the game. I really like the game. It's just there's so many things that take me away from it, which it's just such little tiny things that can make it go from a 6.5 to maybe 8 or a 9. I want to play with the cards in my hands. I don't want to refer to a phone. I don't want to refer to encyclopedia. And that was one of the, okay, this is a new game. When we first started playing, we had all these things. Oh, what does this do? What does that do? And because it's a new game, you can't find anything about it. You'd have to look through the website, but the website's very convoluted, and you'd have to search. We did. We actually looked at the website. We were looking for it's just how to play the game, and it was just this long, videos on the lore and the graphic style behind it. But that didn't really explain what we needed to do for the video, and that's the biggest problem. When you're starting out as a game and you have so much little nuances to the game, but you don't have that much information about it online, it's not gonna want people are not gonna want to invest fully into the game because they don't know how to play it. Why would I want to play this game if I can go on Magic and there's all these different, lore websites, Reddit sites on how to play it, how the different techniques. So that's just the only thing that's, keeping it back, is that it's too, I understand it wants to be this next level game, but you just need more of the information and more of the things. But you know what? I'm not hating. This is just tough, really tough love. It's abrasive love, but it's still love at the end. And I have high hopes for this game. Just, you're trying to appease this hardcore crowd, but again, as I said, maybe sometimes maybe you just need to go around the entire crowd, you know? Now I'm not hating on it, but I'm just saying, if I forget one little thing, like, oh, if I move 2 paces, can I swift? Can I turn right? Because sometimes, you know, a move would count as 2 and then you have to stop. But apparently, you know, you can move it, but I wouldn't know because I have to go through a 30-minute video just to find that out. And it gets tiring because even though they do have these resources, it's under a lot of other resources that you don't need. Like if I want to know, you know, like what is a holy damage? What is a spirit damage? I wouldn't be able to find that out without going through all these different, you know, chapters of, you know, what all these other things are. I don't even know the terminology of it because it hasn't really gripped me that much to understand fully what it is. You know, obviously I'm talking as a normie, but you know what? Sometimes maybe you should, you know, appease the normies sometimes.
I just want to thank the people at Haunted Castle Gamings for, you know, sending me this stuff. I was gonna make the video eventually anyways, but because you sent it to me, it's the next video that's made. So thanks for that. I'm looking forward to the future of the game, the future of the content on this channel. I'll definitely continue making some videos on this game. And so yeah, I just want to thank everyone and thank you all for watching. I want to thank Pokepower Pony. He is the Patreon subscriber. So I want to thank him. He's, you know, always been there for all these videos, and always been back in the Patreon. Like he's the first Patreon guy. So thanks to him. And yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. But be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updated whenever I upload. Until next time, guys. See ya. You want to tell people subscribe and all that stuff?
No, don't subscribe. Please subscribe. I went through this whole ordeal. I had to learn an entire new game for your enjoyment. Please like, share, subscribe, favorite, rate. Do people still rate? Is it 2008?
No.
I don't think so. But yeah, let us know how we did in the comments below. If you guys are into these type of videos, tell us what would you want to see next. And thank you so much. This is Zionic Blader Jr. You are on the Zionic Blader channel. Thank you so much.